Welcome to the role of the School Advisory Council. Funding, a professional development module created by the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development. This video will go over some key points to assist you in budgeting the funding that is provided to support the mandate of SACs. It will cover the following topics. Who funds school advisory councils? SACs. How much funding do SACs receive? Review of SAC spending guidelines. Ideas of how SAC funds may be spent. And annual reporting requirements. The Department of Education and Early Childhood Development provides funds to support the mandate of SACs. And what is your mandate? SACs work in collaboration with principals and participate in efforts to improve student achievement and the well-being of students and communities by receiving information on the school improvement plan and monitoring the progress and improvement of the identified goal areas. SACs advise the principal and regional centers for education on items including policies, curriculum and programs, school practices, student support services, and parent-school communication. SACs receive $5,000 per school, plus $1 per student. The $1 per student is calculated based on enrollment as of September 30th. If an SAC represents multiple schools, each school will receive its own budget of $5,000 plus $1 per student. Please note that SACs will not establish a bank account to hold these funds. Principals will manage this funding the same as they do their other school funds, such as student support grants. There are a number of things to consider when determining how to spend your SAC funding. Importantly, funding decisions should be made during meetings. You should check your SAC bylaws, which may outline a decision-making procedure related to funding for your SAC. If your SAC serves more than one school, each funding allotment must be spent at the school it was allocated to. There are 3 general categories of SAC expenditures. Your spending must fit into at least one of the following categories. 1. Supporting the school improvement plan. For example, providing resources to support math and literacy achievement and student well-being. 2. Supporting policy development and implementation. For example, supporting and promoting new policies. 3. Covering SAC operational expenses. Up to 20% of provincial SAC funding may be used as SAC operational expenses, if necessary, to encourage and support member participation. This could include providing transportation, childcare, etc. It is important to remember that the spending of the funds will be reported in the annual report that will be posted online for public consumption. More on that shortly. How you spend your SAC funding will depend on the unique circumstances of your school. You can engage with your school community to determine how best to spend your SAC funds to support student achievement and well-being. You can also generate funding ideas based on SAC conversations and your collective knowledge of your school community. Funding requests may also be made of the SAC by school groups. Here are some examples of how SACs have spent their funding in the past that will hopefully inspire you. Culturally relevant literacy resources, for example, Afrocentric books. Classroom libraries, both English and French. Support in literacy for English as an additional language, EAL, learners. E-book or website licenses. In-school tutoring programs. Sensory equipment for learning centers. Indigenous art projects. School gardens. School aquariums. Support for the school climate and student well-being, such as having a motivational speaker. As previously mentioned, any funds used by the SACs must be accounted for and reported on. This can be done in the annual report, which should include a statement of revenue and expenditures, including reporting on spending from each spending category. An annual report template is available on the SAC landing page. A copy of the annual report should be submitted to your Regional Center for Education before the end of the school year. The report must be made available to the public. Thank you for taking part in this professional development module. We hope it has been informative and will empower you to make funding decisions that promote student achievement and the well-being of students and communities. More information is available on the SAC landing page on the provincial government website.